The press has not treated these incredible people who've done such a great job. They haven't treated them fairly. Everything we did, I was criticized because I was too early. If I waited longer, it would have been, you would have been criticized. If I went way early, if I went 3 months earlier, I would have been criticized for being way too early. And I don't mind being criticized, but not when they're wrong. Not when people have done a great job. Yes.
See the briefing yesterday? The briefing yesterday basically was an all-out brawl between the press and the president. Had nothing to do with us. Senator Lindsey Graham watched too. He's chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, obviously Republican, South Carolina. Senator, the look back Sunday with the New York Times, picked up by every news organization, pointed all fingers at basically the president for dropping the ball and not acting sooner. The president fought back. Well, where's the truth lie?
Well, number one, Mr. President, the American people understand what you've done for them, and this effort to destroy Trump, no matter the cost to the country, is getting a bit old and is pissing a lot of people off. The president made 4 really important decisions to save American lives. Number one, he shut down travel to China and Europe in a way to keep hundreds of thousands of people from being affected. He declared a national emergency to give the country the tools to fight back. That was a major decision. He rejected the herd mentality of letting it run rampant through the country. People build up immunity. A couple million people would have died if that had been the case. And finally, I think the most important thing the president has done is unleash the private sector in testing and trying to develop drugs by giving FDA waivers for therapies and vaccines to speed up the process. So I think the president has made really hard calls well, and we're going to be well below the 100,000 minimum expected, and it's due to his leadership and the American people working together.
What do you think about that timeline? I've never seen a briefing, and I don't know if you have, where the president put together an entire... Can you hear me, Lindsey? Senator?
Yes.
Can't hear us?
Yes.
You can hear us? So what do you think of that video that he put together? He put together a timeline of him saying in January, travel ban. Then you had people in the media saying, this is ridiculous. He's going too far. You had Biden saying xenophobia. And then it would have another soundbite of President Trump in February. Then another one, and the media criticizing him. And now the media criticizing him for not doing enough. So I thought that was pretty smart on his part. And then he also included sound bites of the governor of New York and governor of California, who are both Democrats, praising him.
Well, number one, we're going to have an election in November, but people are dying right now, and this president is doing everything humanly possible to work with anybody that will work with him. Do you know when impeachment ended? February the 6th. We voted to acquit the president, and Democratic leaders who are criticizing the president now wanted to extend the trial for weeks to call more witnesses. Joe Biden criticized President Trump when he invoked the Chinese travel ban. He's trying to rewrite history, not President Trump. I do believe that the president's biggest decision was stopping travel from China and Europe, declaring a national emergency so we could take the full resources of the federal government and put them into play here, and waiving a lot of rules and regulations so that we can get vaccines and drug therapies hopefully by this fall or late summer. So we'll have an election over all this. But you got to remember, the Democratic Party on February the 6th was asking the Senate to stay in session to get more witnesses. These are the people who are criticizing.
Yeah. No kidding. You know, Senator, after the presidential directive about people stay at home for pretty much the entire month of April, there are now millions of people who are out of work. They're trying to file for unemployment insurance through their states. I was talking to the Kansas State Secretary of Labor, and she and her team explained to me that normally in a week, Kansas might process 1,300 unemployment claims. Now it's 55,000 a week, and they've had to quadruple the call center, and they're trying to get it on the website, but people have been trying for weeks, and they still haven't been able to file for unemployment, and I know that is one of your main concerns.
Yeah, in South Carolina, we had a 4,100% increase in unemployment claims, 85,000 last week. In a normal week, it's about 2,000. Our unemployment system is working pretty well here. We've got major problems like everybody else with the volume, but we've processed 180,000 claims. The small business loan program that you talked about earlier in the show is designed to keep small businesses from going bankrupt while we're in mitigation, and it's designed to keep their employees on the payroll. Here's the problem. The unemployment benefits in South Carolina are $23 an hour to be unemployed. You've got a lot of small businesses trying to keep their people on the payroll, paying $16 and $17 an hour. One program is undercutting the other, and we've got to get that fixed.
You do, and you have to do the ratio between what they do with their money. I just don't understand why you can't go back in there and just fix it. This is like the 10th lawmaker that I've talked to that says they agree, but no one's fixing it. But on another note, you got another reality check last night as the tornado slammed into your hometown of Seneca, South Carolina. How's everybody doing?
Well, we lost one person, Borg Warner, a manufacturing plant, a really good company, got hit hard, and the person got killed was working there at night as a contractor. Normally, they would be running a third shift at that plant with 200 people, and it's just a blessing from God that they were not open because of the coronavirus. It was a ES3 hurricane. At 3:30 in the morning, I thought a train was coming through my house. So my hometown got hit really hard. We lost 9 people in South Carolina to these tornadoes that went all over the state. Wow. We'll get through it. The governor's been great, but we got to fix this loan program. I don't mean to change topics, but the 75-25 split needs to change. And there are people applying for this small business loan that really are liquid as they can be, and they're taking advantage of it. The money should be for Main Street, and some people are abusing this system.
Yeah,
you can't keep employees. Yeah, you can't keep employees if they have no owner. People have to remember there has to be an owner and employees, not just employees.
Amen.
I don't know what it takes to get through these people.
All right, Senator. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you.
Go ahead. I think we got to go. We're out of time. We'll talk to you soon, though. Thanks so much, Senator.